in the society.
I don't think that gun lyrics influence crime and violence any more than a R-rated movie does. You know what I mean? Society is the main cause of crime and violence, and it is the #1 factor. And I can give you an example. All of the kids uptown, in Norbrook right here where I live, Cherry Gardens, them listen to the same VYBZ Kartel and the same Mavado that the youth in Tivoli or Jungle or Rima listen to. But you never see a youth uptown in Cherry Gardens that hide on a corner and a screech up for shoot an next youth.
May I come from uptown? If I never hear, I can remember the first time I heard Bounty Killer. That's when I knew about all of these other inner city places and what was really going on in these places. There's a whole other side to Jamaica that I would not have been privy to at all. So I think what it does, it opens up a certain kind of awareness. But I think what happens is, as a society, we're so incredibly superficial, we can't begin to think about, well, what is it really saying? Besides the fact that there's almost this like glamification of guns and so on. But why is that? Why is that happening? And where is that coming from?
Why? Because them don't grow like that. Them grow with family values. Them grow economically safe. Them grow socially safe. You know what I mean? They were given all the necessities that a child needs, you know what I mean, to become someone on the earth. You know what I mean? So without that, the youths have a look to anything where them can maintain a calm or feel wanted. And that is where you get gangs, and that is where you get dads, and it still has nothing to do with music. I know it not reach music.
You see what you must understand, you know? Dancehall music about long time. Dancehall used to just stay in an open land with zinc fence, and nobody never pay dancehall no mind. And crime did exist them time there. Them never did blame dancehall for crime them time there. You know, when dancehall is just there in an open land and zinc fence. But crime did them out, right? Starkey did kill people back in the day. This and that did have gone back in the day. You understand what I say? But it's because dancehall gets so popular right now. And dancehall get popular without the support of the elite and those who consider themselves the guardians of moral decency in the country. Dancehall get big whole heap of money and make people do well. So it's convenient now to pick on dancehall and blame it for this and that. Crime no new in Jamaica, but dancehall being big and internationally popular, that is fairly new. So it's dancehall is just a victim of its success, you know. It's just convenient for people to pick on it. Nonetheless, I must admit that dancehall is a powerful socializing force, and to that extent, we must pay attention to the things in there that might be contributing to our young people behaving in ways that are not in the best interest of themselves or the country. But my problem is, given that that is a reality, that dancehall has problems that we need to address, people are conveniently exaggerating that reality.
In actuality, the system wants to use artists as a scapegoat for ghetto youth, because the state that the ghetto is in right now, with where crime and violence is concerned, society doesn't want to take the blame for the monster that they have created over the years through the political culture of Jamaica. The political culture is what, you know what I mean, inevitably leads to the gun culture of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because when politics is done, the youth them still have the gun, them don't have an aim, you don't have a social program in the community, you don't have family structures, you don't have jobs, you know what I mean? You don't have free education. So what to expect?
Let's not look at scapegoat. It's a deeper problem than dancehall. And we have a lot of social problems built up over the years, and usual unemployment, youth without direction. It's not going to happen overnight.
Music have a whole lot of influence on people, but I would say the dancehall music really compels one to really go to that level. The person doing violence just doing that of their own. So it's just a man to know himself, think within himself, and stop act upon the people violently, you know what I mean? And don't make it seem as if we the artists really make songs to promote violence. It's not like that.
But when we argue for that overwhelming influence, we negate the role of other social factors, other socio-economic factors, other agents of socialization that are very powerful and that have scientifically been proven to have a significant impact on the minds of people generally and people in Jamaica in particular. But we are so eager to, in a sense, beat at the door of dancehall, that we hastily rush to negate rush to negate dancehall, and to, in a sense, heighten its importance in the socialization of our young people, in the socialization of Jamaicans. And I recall reading an article in a newspaper a few weeks back, which I was asked to make a comment on, a study done by a graduate student on campus. The study found that dancehall was the fifth category that people, fifth issue that people identified as having any impact on them. But that article was titled to showcase the role of music. And I asked the question, what are the other four before we go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and then get to the music? We heighten the music as important in a research that obviously concluded, for my own work, that the music was negligible, that there will be other factors that will be important in the discussion.
Society, why not free up the thing and stop and pay $7,000 a week for minimum wage instead of $3,700 a week? I would say soften up the thing and provide free education, at least up to a high school level. You know what I mean? I would say soften up the thing and provide more social program in the community, more Big Brothers program. Spend some more money in the community that you rape over the years.
Unless there is somebody who is actively telling them, listen, you hear that? I don't want to see you do that. I don't think it's appropriate. Many of our children have no parental forces who are saying that is not acceptable. So just by repetition, the more it's repeated, the more they are encouraged to accept it as acceptable behavior.
I don't think dancehall music incites violence. I think it is the way you have been socialized, because if I should say dancehall music incites violence, then I can say the news incites violence. I can say anything factual that shows people behavior around can incite violence. I just think it depends on your primary socialization. Dancehall, I would say it will maybe give you ideas to do something that you wanted to do from the beginning, but initially, no.
Yeah, whenever I hear the music, I feel like I do some action, yeah, I make no straight. I mean, they move on, say murder in a year, move on, I make no straight and KARTEL and them man, make no. Oh, go on.
I don't see it that way, that's still, you know. You get me, because when me listen to music, it's straight meditation, you know?
The music and the lyrics have an influence to people, you know.
You should have known, you know, say, that's just lyrical, you see, that's just lyrics. You can't take what them say serious, you get me? It's all in the money-making thing, you see, so you know them are going to say things for catch a crowd and make a money, you get me?
Me say, y'all you have the prettiest man in the year. One man that get you prettiest in girl swear. Never walk down a beer, dear on your wear. Yes, I'm roll up on the chicken in a pussy and it. He can't be, the chicken put in the stick for ya. From to the yard is up. Shut them is up in KINGSLEY. Their body be their body, don't be the people KINGSLEY. I say, I'll teach you man, keep your hand in your pocket. Tell who the like work with them.
There is also the view that the artists themselves are victims of crime and violence in the society, to the point where their own lyrics are influenced by the problems around them.
The pain and the explicitness and the extremes that are part of the contortions of dancehall culture are the same themes of pain and explicitness and contortions into all kind of twisted manifestations that our people are having to do and deal with as we try to figure ourselves out. Are we interested in doing the things that are necessary to give our young men a different vision, give our young women a different vision, tell parents who go about having children that they must be responsible and parent, put them in prison if they fail to do so that we can build the kind of society where our young people will then give us the kind of music that we will consider palatable, because it has a great deal to do with the harshness of the society. Nobody can deny.
You listen to them people, man. Them people, a lot of them are sing this thing. They that live out the badness in their life and then bust out and transform the badness on the music. And then now claim say them is reflecting what is going on in the society. If you listen to certain songs where certain artists make, it's not a reflection of what is happening in the society that I'm reflecting. It's what them is part of, what them thinking is. Because we come from the same ghetto, same life. Most artists that I know come from the same ghetto life, the same way. And it's not every artist, how come not every artist reflect that thinking? It's not, most artists don't reflect that thinking. Most artists come from ghetto. It's not most artists that sing to shoot people and kill people and tear out the girl, this and that, this and that and stuff. It's not most artists that do that.
How can you say artists wanted to be bad man, so when they become artists, they just vent? Well, if that is even the case, so what? So what? Artists vent musically, while the people in the street doing the crime and violence, they vent physically. And it still does, it has nothing to do with dancehall music, why they vent. Dancehall artists are so lucky and blessed that we have found an avenue to vent. So what?
We're not gone nowhere, we're not gone, stay up on the body, cause I ain't the summer. I never.
The media are also being blamed for perpetrating violence in the society by not playing a more assertive role in controlling the lyrics they feed to the public.
The media is the biggest problem in Jamaica. We're talking about DJ music. It's the media that create the monster. Because when a man make a music and tell say, why you have to give the people them one. The only way the people them know where you have is if you played for them. And it's the media that is deciding what is what and what is not. And you have some really weird people from media now who feel say they must glorify madness and intellectualize it after them glorify it. And we have said that the media is what create the artists and make the artists boss and big. The media continuously playing it. You know, sometimes you hear a tune and you don't like it, you know, but because you continue hearing it, you start to say, wicked, and tune a fight against all women, you know, and I tell you about now shot in your face and all that, and you say, wow, wicked. You understand? So the media helps to promote the madness in a very real way.
True that. True that. You know what I mean? Some of them songs, like, honestly, them play, we're not going to say them play after 6 or play 8 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes you hear them in the day. Me play them in the day too. Some of them. You know, we're not going to go around the fuck. It can be, all of we can come together and say, all right, we are going to try. It's a part where we can help the society. It's not the only problem. And it's not the only thing that's causing the problem, this big violent problem in Jamaica. But it starts, so we can start from there too. But it's not, they're highlighting it like everybody are kill everybody in Jamaica and it's because of the music. No, it's not because of the music. The music have a part of influence on the people in life too. The way them live, the cost of living, you know what I mean? You have people who work all day and when him get him checked at the end of the week, him so upset, it didn't matter when him hear something, he just irate him anger same way at the same time. And yeah, we play some of the things them, it can be more regulated. I not say no. It can be more regulated and we don't say alright. Just like how you can't watch certain things, you have to have certain ratings on it. You have to rate them.
When I'm in my car, when I take my child home from school, it's my iPod that is playing because I don't trust the radio stations for what they're trying to program into my child. I have no problem with the artist now because for me, dancehall music is adult music. My problem is when the radio stations and the television station make it their duty to project this into people's homes, unedited, uncut, without any kinds of situation that tell people that, listen, this is not intended for children.
Yeah, it's freedom of speech, see me, but we have to know say what we are going to choose for the youth them here and what people hear at certain time. And yeah, it can be regulated. Straight.
Since 1995, Britain has done that. It's way past time for Jamaica to really admit that we must give parents the option to know that this record was not intended for your children. This record has violent themes and sexually explicit, degrading themes. Until we do this, we who promote the music